almost there. No way. What is this? You're tuned in to the Eyes Open podcast, where secrets aren't safe and we see it all.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Monday Recap Rant. I'm your host, Elias Rossetti, and let's get right into it because there is so much that's going on or happened within the last week, not just in the news or stuff like that for us to talk about, but also some good news for the show to talk about that I want to discuss with you guys, because some of it I'm sure everybody didn't get to see on the live, so I figured I could talk about a lot of it on Monday's recap. So for first of all, I want to thank all the new followers to the page, all the people that have been reaching out. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all the support. So I want to send a big shout out to you guys, but I want anybody to know that is new to the show, that doesn't know how everything goes. Every other week we have a Monday recap rant. Now what that is on this show, there's no topic off limits in a sense. Like I'll just, talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. So that's a little rundown of what today's episode is, but usually every other day we drop episodes that's about could be about all types of different topics, but we like to wing it here on Mondays when we do have Mondays, because like I said, the show's every other day, so obviously every other Monday we get a chance to do the show. But this is honestly I hope you guys are getting a good start to your week, but I know a lot of people hate Mondays, but this is actually my favorite time of the week because this is when I can kind of freestyle it and talk about a lot of stuff that's going on in the news. But it's not just the news. I mean, there's a lot of wild stuff going on this week or last week. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of news before we dive right into some other things. So with this whole live stream that we're going to be doing, because next week I'm going to be on vacation. I'll be I got some really crazy stuff coming up for the people that didn't see the other video. I got a video I'm going to drop about that and explain everything. Because it's pretty wild what's going to be happening when I go on vacation, because I got somebody I'm going to be meeting up with for a expose, so to speak, and it's going to be pretty wild. But besides that, the live streams that will be kicking off, so I plan on doing them because I have a lot of people I've noticed that are on East Coast time that are big time supporters of the show. So I'm going to keep it on an East Coast type schedule. So from 6 to 10 East Coast time will be the live stream every single day. And so people understand this is not going to be, a live stream where I'm acting crazy and we're out doing crazy stuff all the time. It's one of those where it's just like go with the flow. There's nothing scripted. It's just a behind the scenes glimpse at my life, my reality show, so to speak. You're going to get to see what it's like to be Elias Rossetti and follow me around. And like I said, I might be going to the mall. I might be doing this. I might be doing that. Just so happens, I'm going on vacation this week. So you guys will get to follow me along with that. Like tonight, there's going to be some stuff posted. We'll be live streaming tonight. Actually, it'll be between 6 and 10. Now what I'm gonna do is you guys will see some lives dropped, especially when I'm on vacation. That'll be a couple hours, and then maybe like a couple hours earlier in the day, a couple hours later at night, because I want to do the live stream while I'm on vacation, but I'm gonna, I think the 6 to 10 slot's good. People are getting off work, they're getting home, but that also gives me time to have my chill time and actually have a vacation while I'm on vacation. But I thought, this is a perfect opportunity, because if I'm going to be starting Kick, I got to get used to having cameras follow me around. So this is a good precursor to the Kick live stream. So pretty much that's what it is. It's going to be behind the scenes, Eyes Open behind the scenes live stream. So you guys will get to see that every day, 6 to 10, 7 days a week. So doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could be sitting around just chilling, but that's what I want to do for my live stream. Now there's people, they do all types of crazy stuff, and hey, my life gets wild, man. I'm out there doing all types of stuff. So you never know what we might run into. So it's definitely going to be interesting, but I'm just saying it's going to be real. Okay. This is going to be real for the people that like realism. And I mean, you're going to get to see how the show is made as well. Now, the one thing I want to tell you guys is, though, once in a while, okay, I might let you guys watch a episode get filmed, but I'm not going to do that too often because it kind of defeats the purpose then. Because if you guys are seeing on the live stream the whole episode, so it'll be like behind the camera in a sense, and you're watching the episode be filmed. But if I do that, to me, it defeats the purpose because then you're just getting a pre-version of the episode before it even drops. Because obviously episodes are filmed in advance, even if it's that morning. But the point is, like I said, it'll be something I do once in a great while because I think it'll be interesting for you guys to see what leads up to me getting on camera and going over stuff. So kind of the thought process behind it all. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the live stream. I think it's going to help me connect with the audience a lot better. Like I said, I'm going to have my cameras filming, but the live stream will be connected to my main phone. So I'll be able to answer you guys' questions. I'll be in the stream most of the time, able to talk to you guys. So you guys want to tune in 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 days a week. We're starting a live stream starting tomorrow. Now, starting tonight. Yeah, starting tonight at 6 to 10, we'll be starting out the live stream. But let's hop right into what's been going on lately in the news. Now, a lot of people, I've been saying this for way too long, okay? It gets exhausting saying this because there's people that still believe in what Trump tells them. They still believe in what politicians tell them in general, okay? I don't trust any of them. Red, blue, green, or white. I don't care what color they're representing or what party they affiliate themselves with. I'm a separatist. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I think it's all a big scam. If you want, for the people that don't know, that's my opinion. But Trump keeps saying that they're having peace with Iran. Now, he's either making these, deals he has with them up, or there's something bigger going on. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going with something bigger going on because every time this happens, there's market manipulation. The stock markets come down lower. The crypto markets come down lower. And then all of a sudden they announce some news and boom, they shoot right back up. So to me, it's a big time, money grab. I absolutely 100% believe that. But it's also, people need to realize, because a lot of that's what the financial people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, it's just, a way for them to manipulate the markets, say there's going to be a war. And I mean, they've done it a lot. They've done this a lot in history. So yeah, I absolutely believe it's that. That's a part of what it is. But another big part of what it is they want to keep you in a complete and total state of confusion. And they also want you focusing on anything but by how badly you are in the trenches right now, how a lot of people are. Okay, a lot of people out here struggling. That's the thing is, there's never been, until AI replaces everybody's jobs, but until then, until AI does that, there's still, it's crazy out here. Okay, I watched a video I see these videos all the time of people who have like engineering degrees and all types of degrees. They can't even get a job that pays them $14 an hour, and they're drowning in student debt, and they can't pay their rent. And I mean, it used to be, when you think about it, people at least went to college, they got a degree, and they could use that degree. But now that is completely dwindled away. Now people are just drowning in debt, barely scraping by, working, whatever job they can until they can get something that actually qualifies them through their resume. So people don't see how bad it really is out here, because a lot of people become complacent. They're complacent in whatever they're at. So if somebody's got a job and they had this job for however long and they're not seeing that, they don't care about it. So if they see somebody bitching about it online saying, oh yeah, man, I got a 4-year degree, I went to college, I spent all this money, and I can't even get a job. Most people don't want to hear that. They don't care. So they're just going to brush it off to the side when it's something we should be looking at. Because see, how is that not economically important? How is that not something people should be talking about more than anything? Is the cost just to survive right now in this country or anywhere. I mean, the prices of everything's going up across the board. So how is that not the main thing to be talking about? Instead, people are talking about all these other issues, which you can get to those issues. But if you don't have enough money in your pocket to pay your bills, how can you focus on the bigger issues when you can't even solve the basic issues, which is just the ability to survive? And that's what's wild is. So they'll distract you with all this stuff. Oh, there's war coming. That's what I 100% believe. And that's just my opinion. It's major distractions to keep you guys from looking at each other and say, you know what? I'm broke. This is effed up. Like, even the people that got a decent amount of money are broke. You know why they're broke? Because they're getting taxed to death. So if you're not somebody that doesn't have a job, or let's say you have a job, right? And you're doing well. So even the people that have jobs, think about that. It's not even the people that are looking for jobs. It's the people that have jobs are even saying, well, I'm broke. Even though I work and I got a job, I'm still broke. People don't see that as the real epidemic, that people are fighting tooth and nail just to survive in a system they created. We didn't create this system. We didn't rig it against mainly everybody but the uber wealthy. You guys have your first trillionaire now. And think about it. A trillionaire who's never reported, okay, whose company has never reported a profit. No profit statements. The guys can become a trillionaire off of billions of dollars flowing into a company that's never showed a profit statement. That's wild. I mean, that says a lot. It does. But the point is, people are out. The rich are getting way more richer, and the poor are getting poorer, as they say. And I don't care what nobody says. See, back in the days, people could say, man, I don't want to hear you bitch about it. And I'm like that to an extent. Don't get me wrong. I believe, I mean, I'm not out here struggling. I never will be because I hustle too hard. I'll never be out here struggling. But there's people out here that, you get beaten down enough, it kind of kills your motivation. Okay? It's a good way to kill motivation pretty easily, is to get beaten down for so many years, for so long, that you just get this, man, I can't take much more of this shit attitude. And I've been there, trust me, so I know. If people are going through it, I have been there, if you only know. And I speak about it way too much on the show to let people know, trust me, there's people that have been there. But what I'm saying is the bad years ago is not even equatable to the bad now, because everything's so heavily inflated, your dollar's being debased by your own government to the point. No, and then now, even if we're going to say crypto was built by the people for the people, they're taking that shit over too. Bitcoin's heavily manipulated. It's all heavily manipulated. The whole crypto market's heavily manipulated. Because now what happened was, and see, that goes into another thing that I don't know if people know my position on that. I 100% believe that Bitcoin, okay, people believe what they want to believe, but Bitcoin was created by the alphabet agencies. It absolutely was. Because you even just think about the structure of it. How can somebody hold on to that much money and not sell any of it? And now they said recently, if you look into the news, one of the Satoshi era wallets from way back from the creator did it, who they don't know who it is, for the people that don't know. So they don't know who the guy who created this is, and then one of the old wallets wakes up and starts buying more Bitcoin, which is a good sign for Bitcoin. It means it's more than likely going to go up if they're buying it. But my point is this: the only person who could hold on to billions and billions of dollars like that with these old wallets waking up and not touch it is the government, because they don't need the money. Okay, they print this shit out of thin air. They build financial tools, which that's what Bitcoin is. That's what crypto is. It is a financial mechanism, a financial tool. So what Trump was even calling back in 2020, what was it? I'm pretty sure it was 2020. He said, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are a scam. And I'm sure that was for the right reason. He called it a scam so it would dump, and they probably bought into it like crazy when it dumped. So I'm sure his family owns a whole bunch of Bitcoin, because when he called it a scam, I'm sure that wasn't good. Somebody who's potentially going to run for, president a second time, they're going to be like, that's not good. The president isn't pro crypto. But see, what's wild is he's pro crypto now, and the market still dumps. It doesn't matter until they sign the Clarity Act, which, mind you, for my crypto people out there, when they sign that Clarity Act, when Trump signs the Clarity Act, it's essentially laying out the rules to the game for the big players to play. Now, you guys are waiting for that because you're like, oh, this is going to be great, man. There's going to be rules to it. There's going to be institutions pouring in. Well, not necessarily. Okay. It's going to run out a lot of retail, because they're going to say, well, some people look at that as bad, because they're like, okay, now the big sharks got a hold of this and they can manipulate it any way they want. So it could potentially, run it down, but then institutions buy it all up. But that's what I see happening is they played you guys long enough. They built that currency, which, by the way, everybody should know about crypto. You better know about crypto, because it's coming faster than ever. And I've been saying it since last year. The payment rails are set up. What do you think banks? Okay, why do you think the banks are spending billions of dollars to build their own crypto? Okay, the blockchain, whether it's Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, whatever coin it is, it's a blockchain. Blockchain technology is going to be what they implement digital currency to you first and get you comfortable with it. It's going to be the entry level to making you comfortable with digital currency. So crypto won't be the bad one. What will happen is, and you could take this to the freaking bank, okay? I don't see any other way it would play out. And anybody that really knows crypto would agree with me, is they are going to get you comfortable with crypto by switching everything over to crypto and saying, okay, now that you have your stable coins here, which a stable coin is, it just doesn't move. It's a digital dollar. So they're going to turn it all into digital dollars, and which, my opinion, they're going to wreck the banks. That's how they're going to get you guys into it, in my opinion. They're going to wreck these banks, and everybody, the big rich people, are already being crypto, and they're going to run everybody to throw all their money into crypto. And what's left, the government's going to come in like a knight in shining armor and say, well, the bank screwed you, but guess what? We got a better plan. We're going to issue you the, United States digital dollar. And that's what they're going to put everything. But what'll happen is, I believe, is this US digital dollar will become something else, or could be it, that's going to get all other crypto banned. Okay. I literally see currencies for countries being created on this. And then before you know it, it's going to be one currency, one way. That's it. And if you don't take that mark, they turn it off. Because think about it. It doesn't, yeah, they can freeze your bank account now. But once everything goes fully digital and there's no more fiat, that's why during the C event in 2020, they got you guys used to not spending cash. They were getting rid of change. They were doing all that because they're getting you guys conditioned to accept the fact that you're like, you know what? Everything's on a screen. And that's why I said, because, for example, for my people who don't know crypto, people who know crypto will know what I mean is there's something called DeFi and Web3. So Web3 is a wallet that you can't touch. Okay. Theoretically, can it be hacked? I'm sure anything's possible, but it'd be hard to. So if you have whatever app there is out there that you're holding your crypto in, it has what's called passkeys. It's like 12 words. So when you have those 12 words, it's like the keys to your house. Okay. It opens up your crypto wallet. Without that passphrase, they can't get into your wallet and freeze anything. So that's why I believe they'll get you guys comfortable with thinking you have more control of your money. That will be one of the ways they get you. They'll have you thinking you have more control of your money with these wallets. But then once they get you into that, then what they're going to say is they're going to say, oh, well, guess what? Now all other cryptos banned. We're not accepting. Stores ain't accepting. Nobody's accepting. You have to go over to this US dollar. And that will be the kill shot. They've done it before too. Look in history. And what was it? I forget what year it was, but they made you turn in your gold. They said turn in your gold and get paid a fraction of what it's worth, or we're going to make it illegal. And if you get caught with it, you're going to be doing serious time. So they literally made it worthless overnight, not to sell it to the government. They did it with silver too. See, that's why they tell you to know your history. Because if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. And people don't understand that. They think that, oh, what's history? I don't need to learn about this and learn about financial history. Learn about the people that actually started all these different companies that run everything, because power has definitely been consolidated. That ain't no conspiracy theory. See, that's the thing is, that's why conspiracies are not even far-fetched nowadays. They're not far-fetched because, as George Carlin said, when there's a consolidation of power, you don't need a formal conspiracy. That already proves something is hinky going on. So anybody that knows. But I mean, there's so much that is coming up in the next month, especially with, like I said, with, us getting into July, with all of the stuff we got going on in the world. They're flipping you back and forth now, because I believe, honestly, when the war does jump off, because I made a reel about all the stuff that's going on in Taiwan. You don't hear nothing about that. Lots is going on. Way more is going on in the Strait over in Taiwan than there is in the Strait of Hormuz in Iran. So what they're doing is they're doing a magician's trick. They're saying, hey, look at this hand. And really the trick's going on over here. So they're doing a sleight of hand trick. They're all into, magi magicians anyway. So it's like they're pulling a huge fake out on you guys in a sense, because they're getting you all to pay attention to the wrong thing, when really you should be paying attention over here, because that's where the war will break out. But people have to understand the biggest things that's ever happened in history with wars and everything. And honestly, like I'd said, with it being the 7th month, okay, that's a big one. Being the 7th month, I see something big going on in July. Absolutely. Whether that's financial, whether that's grids down, whether it's something huge, I don't know. I'm not going to say I know. I just get this feeling that based on the numbers, based on what I'm seeing, mixed with a gut feeling, I don't know what it is. I just get this feeling that, I know I'm not the only one out there that feels that way. But, people just need to stay vigilant. And above everything, as I'd always say, is if you don't know Jesus Christ, you better get to know him today. Because he's the one true God. He's the truth. He's the only way to heaven. If you know him, stay close to him. Try to read your Bible as much as possible and stay in the Word of God. But yes, now is a time more than ever to stay close to God. That's the most important thing of all.